My stuttering comes and goes at sometimes very inconvenient times, but for the most part, I've accepted who I am and my stutter, and I think a lot that I'm actually happy to be a person who stutters because it's allowed me to connect with a lot of really amazing individuals, and it also kind of allows me to connect more deeply with others more quickly because sometimes in life we have a lot of conversations that are really shallow. But when people find out that you stutter, it kind of tears their walls down. And stuttering's also taught me to just be more open and more vulnerable. I went to speech therapy as a child in elementary school. I saw a speech therapist by the name of Miss Melcher, and I remember she would take me out of class, and I'd go to her office, and we would work on my speech. For the most part, it was fun. Um, then later on, I attended. My dad wanted me to attend speech therapy while I was in high school, and I was at a really bad time with my speech. I didn't want to go, and I remember I went one time. I saw a therapist, and that was the last time that I went to that particular therapist. And then fast forward to 2015, I think it was, I founded the UCF Communication Sciences and Disorders Clinic, the UCF Communication Disorders Clinic at UCF here in Orlando, and that's where I met a woman by the name of Dr. Charlotte Harvey, who mentored me and told me that it was okay to stutter, and that therapy experience was my best one. And I was so inspired that I wanted to become a speech therapist. When I was in speech therapy, I would practice a good amount. I would have homework assignments. I often would practice in my car on the way to different things. I don't really practice my strategies that much now, but I use strategies. I've had a lot of turning points. Kind of when I decided to seek therapy at the UCF CSD clinic, at that point in my life, I was kind of hitting rock bottom, and I felt like I would never be able to hold a real job in any career given the way that I talked. Um, so that was kind of my rock bottom point, but there's been a lot of turning points. One was obviously meeting Dr. Harvey and going to speech therapy. The other was going to my first NSA meeting. Another one was going to my first NSA national conference. And a huge one recently was going to Camp Say in the summer of 2019. It's just an awesome place full of awesome individuals who just kind of create a space for people to just be themselves. And the thing with stuttering is that a lot of the time we're not able to be ourselves within society because society thinks that stuttering isn't okay. And Camp Say was a place where it was just okay to be yourself, and that's what I enjoyed the most about it. And then obviously all the awesome campers and staff members like Gary. The biggest misconception is, I think, is that anxiety or nervousness causes stuttering, which is I guess is a rational observation. However, anxiety doesn't cause stuttering. It might influence stuttering, but there's times when I'm completely anxious and nervous and stressed out and I don't stutter at all. And I think by thinking that it causes stuttering, it perpetuates the stigma that it causes stuttering, and B, that anxiety is not okay when anxiety is completely fine. It's a thing that people deal with all the time. For a lot of people who stutter, we're constantly thinking about the next speaking scenario that we'll be placed in. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that I think a lot of people who stutter, including myself, we're constantly thinking about when we'll have to speak next. And by thinking about that, it kind of creates a lot of fear and anxiety, and it kind of takes up a lot of our headspace. Something as simple as knowing that you'll have to introduce yourself or go through a drive-through or raise your hand in class. I feel like those are all kind of normal things for people. Yet for people who stutter, these are things that are constantly on our mind. I had a really good childhood, and I don't think I was really teased or bullied too much for stuttering. It was more so just not having a group of people there to know where I'm coming from and to support me, to not really have anybody who really understood the things that I was going through. Try to find other people who stutter through all the amazing support group organizations that are available, and know that it's okay to stutter, and that you are completely fine as you are in this moment. And yeah, I mean, I was always under the or under the impression that stuttering was the worst thing, but now I can truly say that I'm happy to be a person who stutters. So